Welcome back, everybody, to another Last Day on Earth TikTok ads video. Nope, don't do that again. But the LDoE TikTok ads, and maybe a few Frostborn ones, are back, and just as always, they're crazier than ever. So in this video, we're going to take a quick look at a couple of them, evaluate them. Some are a lot better, and some are just horrendously off. So that's what we're going to do in this video. But first, if you haven't already, consider subscribing and join my Discord or Twitter right there and there. Trying to hit a goal of 25k this year. Is it at all possible? I don't know, but consider subscribing. Do that. Let's get on with the video. Let me be clear, though, before I go further into this video. The purpose of this video is not to spread hate towards the game, towards the company behind the game, or even if these ads are outsourced, to the company behind the ads. The purpose of this video is to get more people to see these ads and give my own kind of commentary as a veteran player. This is not meant to attack anybody. This is just solely meant to show these ads to more people in the world. Now, quite honestly, I have enough ads to even make a part 3, so let me know if that's something you're interested to see. I suppose if you're gonna start, let's start out big. Let's start with the LDoE ad, and well, it is big. So, first and foremost, the guy gets drunk. You can't do that in LDoE. Raiders pull up to his base. You can't open the door to an enemy base. Proceeds to steal the trunk. Can't do that either. More raiders come, steal his walls and his floors. That's not even possible. They load up all the resources onto the trunk. They even steal the garage. Character gets up and finds the entire base missing. Now, I guess, where do I even start with that? Well, I guess you kind of heard it, even in the explanation. Not one single thing in that ad is realistic. I mean, maybe the base, but who has a full metal base like that? So, actually, no, I take that back. Not a single thing in this ad is realistic. 2 out of 10, LDoE. Come on, LDoE, you gotta step it up. Kicking it back with a Frostborn ad. Now, this one isn't terribly unrealistic, though you can't do that in the game, but they show these players gearing up and preparing to a raid, and then you get kind of a live point of view of the raid, and honestly, I don't see this one as terribly unrealistic. Maybe the entry few frames of this are a little bit clickbaity, but all in all, they're really meant to catch your attention, and I see that as perfectly fine. Overall, no major complaints about this ad. It's pretty realistic. It prompts you about the Frostborn rating system, although with the truce now, I'm sure my comments are going to spam. It's not incredibly 100%, but again, I don't see anything major wrong with it, aside from probably made before the truce time, as the truce completely changed all of this. But, all in all, not bad. 7 out of 10. And then let's move back to an LDoE ad. So right here you've got the LDoE guy running to collect some berries. Not incredibly realistic, but he hides in the bush and the zombie somehow doesn't notice. Yet again, another unrealistic part. But after that, the ad gets a lot better as it just shows the character with much better graphics than the actual game, mind you. I wish stone looked like that. And then the character builds up. Can't really tell what he's building, but we're just going to assume that that's modifying weapons, and that is in the game. So all in all, not terrible of an ad. A little bit unrealistic at the first part, but overall pretty good in terms of encompassing what the game really is about. So I will give this ad a solid 7 out of 10. It kind of makes me want to play it, but not necessarily. They kind of leave out the big spark of LDoE. we're going to hop back to a Frostborn ad, and this one, while honestly pretty realistic, it shows exact gameplay of the place where you build stuff. It shows the tombs, Odins, a couple of other stuff. So all in all, definitely a very good ad on Frostborn's part. This is very realistic, although with raids, I mean, now that there's just a few people in terms of the raid, I don't think that they would ever stop to group up unless it's maybe 2 friends, but other than that, not terribly unrealistic. I like that it shows the new class, the new bear, some of the Frostborn dance skills, some of that definitely made after a bunch of these Frostborn updates. Good job, Frostborn. Pretty good ad, and mind you, I would actually consider downloading the game after seeing that. 8.5 out of 10.
Tired of being hungry all the time? We've got a solution. Plant carrot. Make some garden bed. Find some seeds and plant. Wait for 1 hour. Wow, it's all complete. Watch how easy. May contain zombie parts. Wash in clean water before consuming. Really just a carrot.
I think that LDoE ad really spoke for itself. It's just on the carrot. Honestly, I assume they made this right after the laboratory came out, because the laboratory requires an absurd amount of carrots in order to power the reactor, but ultimately a pretty good ad because I don't see anything wrong with it in terms of non-realism. I mean, I guess you could really focus on the carrot. Aside from the ending, that's just a joke. I'm assuming everyone who watches the ad takes it as a joke, so I'm just going to assume that LDoE was kind of making a joke there. But overall, not terrible of an ad. I wouldn't download the app after just seeing a carrot. That's like download Minecraft because they have steak. No, I wouldn't really download Minecraft because they have one type of food. So, but ultimately, not incredibly unrealistic ad. Still a pretty good ad, but it's not entirely captivating. That most recent ad, it's not too unrealistic. I mean, the guy just builds his base up. That's a season item, though. I don't know if you can still get that. I'd assume you can. But actual gameplay here, pretty good. The guy gets a puppy, meets another player with a puppy. Here's where, I mean, I guess you have friends technically, but not in single player. That's fish food. That's actually in the game. And they roll credits right about there. Ultimately, not terrible. There's 1 or 2 little things in there that are very nitpicky for me as a player who's played the game for so long. Obviously, you cannot meet your friends in the single-player part of the game. Can't chat with them, so I see where LDoE was trying to go with this, but you can't meet them in zones or anything like that. That's only in the multiplayer stuff. The shot that they used was definitely in the single-player side, so I'm going to knock that a little bit. Overall, not terrible of an ad, 6.5 out of 10. Anywho, I think that's going to cut it for this video. Quite honestly, there are yet even more LDoE ads that are still bordering on unrealistic, but I think I'm going to need a couple more days to work on that video. LDoE, you really gotta focus on these ads. Look at Frostborn. These ads aren't terribly unrealistic. They're enough so I'd let them slide, but they're good enough to entice me to play the game, if that makes any sense. Anywho, I hope you found this video somewhat interesting. Let me know all of your LDoE ad thoughts down below. And that's going to do for this video. Subscribe, ZD out.